I think that before I announce an opponent, that I need to do this, just in case. Anthony Joshua, I know you've just lost a fight to Usyk and you're beltless at the moment. And I'd like to give you an opportunity. And I'll just say one thing to that, to Umar. Show me the money! I'm available. I'm young, free and single, ready to mingle. Single, ready to mingle.
Okay, well, let's just ask you about, you talked about talent earlier on and you talked about entertainment. This fight he's got coming up, Terence, against Canelo.
How much am I going to pay AJ? Everyone's saying 80-20, 70-30, 75-25. The actual answer is I've offered him 60-40, 40% of this amazing fight because I want this fight to happen. He doesn't have any excuses now not to take it. He can't say I've lowballed him, offered him 20%, 30%. I've offered the people 40%, take it or leave it. Let us know. Boom.
That wasn't AJ going, all right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start calling him names so he'll fight me. I think the great news for fight fans, the great news for AJ and for us is that he's back, right?
Tyson's message is clear. Respect champions, respect belts. And when it comes to Joshua, Fury's demand is even louder. I'll fight for 200 million. That's the price of greatness. And the Gypsy King knows his value in boxing's biggest showdown.
Joshua's challenging Dubois for the belt, is he not? He is. So there you go. So you got to give the man respect. If a man's won the world title and another man challenging for his belt, you got to give that man respect to put some respect on his name.
And when AJ starts talking numbers of his own, the scale of this fight gets even more insane. AJ is breaking down the maths, but behind the numbers, there's a challenge. He's hinted before, Fury doesn't really want to fight me. He knows the money won't be as big, and deep down, he fears what I bring. That's AJ throwing shade while still keeping the door wide open for the biggest fight in British history.
Tyson Fury, will it ever happen, you and Tyson?
I'll be honest, I don't want to talk about that because it's been going on for a long time,
okay.
But that would be a great fight.
You would love it too, though?
Yeah.
Before you both hang up the gloves? Of course.
Yeah, no,
2 million plus pay-per-view buys in the UK.
Yes, let me one second.
We need something like that.
This on here?
Yeah.
So we got, what, 2 million plus buys?
Yeah.
I'm trying to crunch my numbers.
Times, let's say 24.95.
Times that by, let's round up to 30.
Okay.
Round up to 30.
We're putting pay-per-view prices up, okay?
Okay. We got a light 60
It's not a good PR move, AJ.
Don't worry about that, we got a light 60 mil. Now we're going to add a little
plus the gate?
How much are we going to add to the gate? Cheeky 30?
Don't know, we're doing expensive ring size?
Of course, bro, 10 bags of seat.
Okay,
so
say no
we're
more.
Put that little 30 M's to chuck in there as well. Okay, cool. So we're at 90 mil right now. Okay, what else are we going to get? Little sponsors, little 20 mil?
Yes.
Right, a little 110 right now.
Yes.
Chuck Fury, a little 30 out of that.
Yes. Chuck Fury, a little 30
out of that. And I'm going to take the rest.
Do you reckon that?
Eddie Hearn makes it clear, AJ needs a tune-up before rolling the dice with Fury. But the truth is, you don't prepare for the Gypsy King with top 20 opposition. Fury's demand is simple. Step up, no excuses, or admit you're not ready.
Maybe you'll even get yourself over there, who knows, you get everywhere. What do you make of that fight and what do you make of his chances?
I think it's a fantastic fight for boxing.
And AJ's own response to Fury's call-out shows just how heated things are getting. AJ tries to fire back with bravado, but his words sound more like noise than confidence. He talks about Muslim Africans coming back, but Fury isn't fazed by talk. The Gypsy King's demand of 200 million tilms is clear, and until AJ agrees, Fury holds all the power.
What could you do to Tyson Fury?
Trust me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The bodybuilders, the muscly Africans are coming back. You know what's going on, John. I've seen it. I know. You know.
Johnny Nelson hits the nail on the head. This isn't just another heavyweight clash, it's a legacy fight, and with Fury laying down his brutal demand, AJ has to decide, does he rise to the challenge or keep dodging? Nelson knows the Gypsy King doesn't bluff.
For Tyson is AJ, and AJ understands that also. There's talk of that fight happening now this year, and again it's talk. You've got two fighters that don't need to fight, two fighters that really believe they were the best fighters in the world, that have to come to terms with it mentally. Two fighters that we probably want the fight more than they do.
Chisora strips it back. Forget Wilder, forget sideshows. The only fight that matters is Fury versus AJ. And he's right. Fans don't want politics. They want the Gypsy King enforcing his condition. If AJ wants in, he'll need to accept the 200 million town stage. Otherwise, history moves on without him.
Let me just say this for him. He's resting right now.
Yeah.
Forget Deontay Wilder. Forget anybody else. The fight to have is with the Gypsy King. So let them rest. Let them get their minds right. Let them, the bodies rest. Let them figure out what they want to do. When they're ready, they'll come out and say, you know what, I'm ready now. We're both ready. Let's get it on.
You think that's the fight next for both of them, yeah?
That's the fight for both of them. That's what they want. There's no point of like fighting Deontay Wilder or fighting this guy and fighting this guy. But really and truly, everybody wants to see Tyson Fury.
Even Eddie Hearn admits the clock is ticking fast. Eddie Hearn talks timelines, but Fury's already set the tone. The Gypsy King isn't waiting forever. He's laid his demand, one brutal condition that AJ has to meet if he wants this fight. And Eddie knows the fans won't tolerate more delays. It's all or nothing, Fury style.
AJ's going to fight January or February, and Tyson Fury wants to fight before he goes back into the ring in a major fight, apparently. And I would think so as well. They've both been out of the ring for what will be over a year. Let's get this fight made back end of the summer 2026, and we can settle it once and for all.
Duke McKenzie's warning is sharp. Even though Fury's the Gypsy King, AJ still carries power that can't be ignored. But here's the reality. Fury's demand of 200 millions isn't just financial, it's psychological. He's saying, if you want me, pay up, because I know I'm the kingpin of this division. McKenzie's concern highlights that, while AJ might be dangerous, Fury's clever mind games and iron self-belief put him a step ahead before the first bell even rings.
AJ, yeah. You think he's done?
Done.
He shouldn't box on no more. Do you think he should box?
I think the only fight Fury and AJ need to come back for is between those two.
Yeah.
That's the only fight they deserve the people.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So there is a fight out there for him. And
then Tony Bello steps in with his honest doubts about timing. Bello's torn. He knows AJ doesn't really need Fury's fight immediately, but at the same time, he admits you can't say no. Why? Because Fury's terms are king. Bello questions whether the timing is right, but deep down he knows AJ can't duck forever. Fury has raised the stakes to a brutal level. Meet the demand or risk being remembered as the man who never truly stepped up. That's the trap AJ's corner can't escape.
It could be worse, couldn't it?
It could be. I saw your Instagram post of you lifting up a couple of dumbbells.
Yeah, I keep getting called dumbbell you. So
yeah, sorry about that. I was drunk.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. It's fine. Yeah, I'm in LA at the minute shooting another movie, so I'm just going.
Oh, let me just pick that up. That name. Hold on. What movie are you filming?
That's not important right now, pal. I'm just in LA shooting another movie.
Johnny Nelson praises Fury's mental tricks, but doubts they'll work on AJ. Still, he underestimates just how powerful Fury's demands are. The 200 million town condition isn't just business, it's the ultimate psychological blow. Fury is forcing AJ to step into his world, on his terms, and that pressure alone can break a fighter before the opening round. Nelson's point about AJ being too strong-minded misses the fact that Fury's already changed the narrative. He isn't chasing AJ, AJ is chasing him.
And you saw, and that is part of Tyson Fury's armoury when he has a fight. He's got to be able to get into the head of an opponent. He'll either be your enemy or your foe.
And then Tyson himself makes it crystal clear why this fight defines an era. This is Fury at his finest. Not just a fighter, but a man of destiny. He reminds the world that it's been nearly a quarter of a century since boxing last crowned an undisputed heavyweight champion. And now he declares himself chosen to end that drought. What makes his words cut deeper is the way he frames history. Greats have come and gone, champions have reigned for decades, but none could complete the puzzle. Fury positions himself as the one destined to finish the job, and in doing so, he reduces Anthony Joshua to this little man. That's vintage Fury building himself as the giant while shrinking his rival in front of millions. His demand for legacy isn't about money, it's about stamping his name in the history books as the fighter who conquered all eras. He's telling Joshua directly, "You're not my equal, you're just the last obstacle, and once you're gone, the Gypsy King's throne will be unshakable."
Defeated, he's a champion, I'm a champion, and it's going to be one of the fights for the ages. You know, someone told me the other day, it's been 24 years since we had a last undisputed world heavyweight champion. Now, we know that the both Klitschko's was champions for around about 10 years, so there's been another 14 years where other heavyweights couldn't do it. So we've been chosen, and I believe we're both destined to be here, to be in this big fight in Saudi Arabia, the Ring of Fire. And there's only one winner, and I'm destined to become the undisputed champion, and more than that.
Duke McKenzie's breakdown is brutally honest. Yes, Joshua still carries dangerous power, but his punch resistance looks cracked. The question he raises is who lands first, and that's where the Gypsy King separates himself. Fury doesn't just rely on brute force, he relies on intelligence, ring IQ, and clever adaptability. McKenzie admits that even if both fighters aren't fully ready, Fury's boxing brain tilts the balance, and that's the difference. Joshua swings with hope, Fury fights with calculation. In high-stakes heavyweight boxing, one mistake is fatal, and history shows that Fury has always been the one to figure his way out of the fire. McKenzie might hedge his words, but deep down, he knows the man most likely to nick it is Fury, because brains last longer than brute strength. Joshua's power fades when tested, but Fury's cleverness keeps him alive, and that survival instinct makes him the true
Nothing else.
favorite.
AJ's got a lot of power still. His punch resistance may be shot to pieces, but you know, Fury's not too far behind him, I don't think. They're both ready to go. So it's a question of who lands first. And Fury's always been quite smart, quite clever in terms of his boxing sort of prowess and ability. So you would expect Fury to maybe nick it.
This is what heavyweight boxing is all about. Legacy, pride, and the chance to go down in history. Tyson Fury stands on the edge of immortality, calling himself the chosen one, the man destined to become the first undisputed heavyweight champion in nearly Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, is fighting for redemption, for respect, to silence every critic who ever doubted him. One man fights for validation, the other for his throne, and when that first bell rings, the world will find out who really wants it more. Is it AJ, swinging with desperation, or Fury, the Gypsy King, towering with supreme confidence? The stage is set, the money is on the table, and history is waiting in the Ring of Fire. So I'll leave it with you, who comes out on top? Does Joshua shock the world, or does Fury cement himself as immortal? Drop your prediction below, because this debate belongs to every fight fan.